Hi there everyone, this is Tad Hargrave. Welcome to another episode of the YouTube Radical Business Marketing Coaching Series for green, conscious, holistic, progressive entrepreneurs. And we're talking about word-of-mouth marketing right now, and how do you do it? So in the last episode, you'll notice we talked about expectations and the importance of those in terms of getting people to even want to spread the word of mouth. People sometimes, it's interesting, people will think about word-of-mouth marketing or referral systems in terms of these tricks and tactics, offering people these sort of incentives. But I think really the core of it is people have to want to refer your business. You can't bribe people into talking about your business. Well, you can bribe some people, but they end up resenting it and it never works out in the long term. The fundamental basis of why they're going to talk about your business has to be that they're so thrilled with it that they want to share it with their friends. They found something so great, they want to tell their friends about it. And is your business that remarkable? Is your business so great that it's worthy of being remarked about? And that's a challenge for a lot of us. How do we raise our game up to another level? Having said that, if we understand that that's the basis of it, and let's say we have that in our business, that it's so good, people are already talking about it, what can we do to expand that and accelerate that? So two goals. One, can we keep exceeding expectations? Can we make our business even better, even more unique, distinctive, valuable, relevant to their lives? Can we keep doing that? And then can we keep making it easier? So we kind of covered that first track. How do we make our business better, essentially, in the last one. And it's important because you can't expect marketing to solve your business problems. If you've got a business problem, if the business isn't really great, you can't just market that to make it better. You can't put a Band-Aid on it. Having said that, what are some of the strategies we can use to accelerate word of mouth? Well, in my mind, there's kind of 5 main ones. The first one, that's so simple, is to support existing hubs. Support existing hubs. If there's already hubs or networks or groups, parties, happenings, gatherings, publications, etc., where your niche gathers and is focusing, if there's anything that you can be doing to support those organizations, to support those groups or publications or those individuals, do it. Because they're doing the work for you. They're bringing all these people together for you. Why not support them? It's a win-win-win. And if you support them selflessly and you're just kind of helping them out, what ends up happening is they like you. You build a relationship with them and they want to support you. They want to endorse you as well. The law of reciprocation comes into effect. So number one, support existing hubs because they're bringing all those people together. It's probably connecting you with them. And if the hubs, the people who run those organizations or networks, if they like you, they're going to be talking about you directly to people who are your target market. So first, support existing hubs. And again, that's probably more of a long-term strategy because it may not turn into business tomorrow. But the bigger those hubs are, the more chances there are for you to market to those groups. I'll tell you what, if there were no Business Alliance for Local Living Economy groups, the BALI groups around, my life would be a lot harder doing what I do. So anything I can do to support that group is entirely in my own best interest long-term. The second one is sometimes there are no hubs, and it's a kind of raises a red flag for me about a niche. If they've picked a niche but there's no hubs, sometimes there aren't any, or sometimes the hubs that do exist aren't that great. They're not that well connected. They're not well respected. They're just not open to endorsing stuff. So when we look at that, sometimes what we need to do is create new hubs. That could be creating a new group, throwing a regular party. It could be starting a publication. This is a pain in the ass. This is really hard. This is a lot of work. I don't necessarily recommend it. If you can support existing hubs, it's a lot easier. But if you need to do it, you need to do it. It's a lot of work, but it does pay off in the long term. If there's no network or no organization that brings together your target market, you may need to start one. When I used to do, in a former life, do workshops for high schools, and I travel all around Alberta doing these day-long workshops for student councils, talking about how to raise school spirit. But there was a problem, because I knew about referrals. I understood this enough to know that I should be getting them to be telling other schools about it. So the people I was talking to in the schools were the student council advisors. And so when I talked to them, I would always ask them, are there any other student council advisors who you know who should know about this event? And the challenge was about 1 out of 100 of these teachers even knew any other student council advisors in any other schools. Why? Because there was no network. There was no hub where they all came together and talked and shared with each other. And because there was so much turnover. And I think part of the reason there was so much turnover of different teachers doing it every year is because there was no support system. It was a I don't know, chicken or an egg, a catch-22 situation. So I did it for 10 years on and off. But if I were going to continue doing it, what I would have done and would have needed to do and would have made it a lot more profitable is starting to create hubs and ways for these student council advisors to connect. That would have been, for example, trainings and events. And I started to do some trainings for the student council advisors. And they loved coming together. They loved sharing with each other, bitching with each other, crying on each other's shoulders, sharing what was working in their schools. They loved it. I would have created an online forum where they could share ideas. I would have created so many materials, anything I could have done to bring them together, connect them with each other, conference calls. In-person meetings probably would have been the best for them to learn from each other. That would have made my marketing life much, much easier. Third is the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule basically states that there's going to be 20% of your clients who give you 80% of your business. Focus on them. There's people who are already referring. One rule of sort of a guideline that's really important: if somebody sends you business, refers you business, even if it's very small, always send them a thank you. Just a quick email. Hey, John Smith signed up for my seminar coming up, and he said it was all your fault. I blame you. Thank you very much. It can just be something off the cuff, from the heart, just quick, simple, not a template. Acknowledge it every single time. So anyways, there's clients who are already referring business. Number one, make sure you acknowledge them for what they're doing. But also, you may want to create a surprise reward system, which can be a really powerful thing. It's different than bribing them. Instead of saying, you'll get a free massage if you refer 5 people, you don't even need to tell them. But keep thanking them. Keep acknowledging, thank you so much for saying to that person. Really let them know how much you appreciate it. And when they hit 3 or 5 or whatever, just, hey, surprise, you get a free massage. It's my policy when people have referred this many people. They'll be delighted, surprised, thrilled. You haven't bribed them, and they don't know if there's any other surprises coming up. But now they think there might be. And so they're going to be a lot more likely to refer, especially since they were so acknowledged and their efforts were so valued. So take care of this 20%. The ones who are referring the most business, take extra good care of them, because they're going to be the ones who keep referring you more business in the future, especially if they're hubs, if they're really well connected and well respected, if they travel a lot and they're a part of a lot of different networks and groups. The next one is number 4, the power of be in touch marketing. And I got that phrase from Robert Middleton, whose website is actionplan.com. Super incredible, brilliant marketer, works with service providers. I recommend you check out his stuff. Be in touch marketing, just be in touch more often. Most businesses make the mistake of not being in touch enough, not being in touch too much. We're spammed out. We get so much spam. Let's face it, we're frustrated with it. It pisses us off. We don't like getting all the junk mail, and so we don't want to be a part of that. We don't want to be sending people stuff they didn't ask for. So the keys with Be in Touch marketing, number 1 is getting permission. If they're going to be on your list and receive emails, you need to have their explicit permission to put them on that list, to receive emails. They need to know what they're getting into. Number 2, you've got to be in touch more often. And this is one of the most highly contested issues in marketing, and marketing gurus will fight each other over this and yell, kick, and scream. But here's some general thoughts. Number 1, don't be in touch any more than once a week on average, and try not to be in touch less than once a month. So we'll go into this a little bit more in the next one, but again, at the end of this video, there's going to be a website you can go to download a whole workshop about this that goes into so much more detail than we can right now. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.